Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first call of 2021. I have to get used to even writing that number. Yesterday, I had to write the year and I put in 2020 and I was like, no, scratch that. 2021. Oh my gosh. I don't know if any of you feel, but feel that it's like a different energy up in the air right now. I feel like there's so much possibility, and I am almost going into this new year with a mindset that okay, this year will probably be really weird, so we better go into it with that mindset that we're gonna like pivot, we're gonna do things that are gonna be different and things that are gonna work better for everyone, and it's gonna be perfectly fine in the end. But to throw out that mindset that all of a sudden it's a new year number and everything's going to be back to normal, because it probably won't, as much as we don't want to hear that, right? So we just have to plan maybe a little bit differently. We have to use different resources and things are going to be amazing. So here we are. Hold on for just 1 second. I'm not quite sure. Do you see me on the screen right now?
Yes.
Okay. That is so funny because for me, it kept showing you one by one, circling through the big screen. And I'm like, I just don't know if this is going to be too weird. Well, that's good. So Happy New Year, everyone. I'm so proud of what every one of you achieved last year. I know it was a crazy year. I know it was insane for so many reasons for so many of you. But we got through it. Here we are. We're all good. We're all well, and it's time to move forward. So I want to start with something that I've noticed over probably over the last 6, 7 months. We all know that Facebook is super censored. They're taking out posts left and right, and it's like, what is going on? There's social media platforms that are now MLM haters, like TikTok. There, you post anything about MLMs or business there that is not your own home business where you make stickers in your garage or something like that, they take down those accounts and they delete those accounts. So and Facebook also, this happened to Tony, our $5 million leader, over the last few days. She has a team group called Team Triumph. Some of you are in there, some of you newer ones probably are not, but you're always welcome. um, she started getting her posts deleted, and in big amounts. I think yesterday alone they took down 9 of her important posts. Nothing to do with, you know how Tony is. Gosh, she has integrity and she has everything in line, trying to help everybody do well in business. And she had posts taken down about contests. They didn't like that word. They flagged a contest post as a cybersecurity threat and they took it down. And then there was a whole bunch of other things that they just removed. And now at the end of it all, she cannot even post her own. She has like this website about herself where she promotes her books because she's an author, and a few other things. It's called tonyvance.com. She cannot even post that link to Facebook because they say this link goes against community standards. So that's just with Tony. I've heard similar stories from other people in other companies, and I'm like, no. I can't even stand the thought of something happening to our team, because imagine if all of a sudden something blew up and our team group wasn't there. It's like, now what? And we would be scrambling.
Right.
I think I would get the heart attack. So
Yeah.
but and on top of it all, I don't know if any of you know, but Facebook sold off $180 million worth of their shares about a month ago to Chinese parties. So that is another big red flag to me that something's about to go down, and I don't trust any of it. So, but the good news is that I've worked my butt off in December to kind of have a backup plan for us. So should something blow up or should they delete the team group for no reason at all, we're going to have a place to go, and you'll know exactly where to go, and we're going to be connected just like we are right now, because Zoom calls are going to always be here. Like they can't take that away from us. It's just that if Facebook goes, Messenger will go, because those two are hand in hand. And so here's the plan. If some of you haven't seen it yet, what I've wanted to do for a long time for our team is to have like a central system or central place for people to go where everything is in one place. Because on Facebook, it's like this group, that group, oh my God, another group. Oh, wow, there's another group. And it's like, where do you find things when you need to find things? And then on your back office is on top of it all, which just, it all just adds to the confusion. And I always wanted to have a website where people could go when they first get started. There's onboarding and it's super simple and clear, and that there's training there for different things like social media, and there's resources, and there's a file share. And I've sort of accomplished most of that, which I'm going to share with you on the screen here, and just to walk you through the whole idea behind it. The Facebook group will still be up and running until we can, but a lot of the stuff I will start duplicating to the website, so that if all hell breaks loose, we have a backup, and we're not going to be scrambling like the majority of people in network marketing, because I find that most people still full on trust Facebook and social media. But the fact is that we don't own any of it. We don't own those team groups. We don't own the photos that we put up here. So it's so important for us to have a platform that we are 100% in control of. So let me share my screen and I'll show you the team website. It's gonna be a work in progress, so it's not gonna be like the final be all whatever, but that's sort of what it looks like for the time being. So it's clean and simple. Your first thing, if you have not been here, even if you're not brand new, go and click login. And here you can create yourself a free account. I'm asking these questions because I do screen everybody who joins, including the market partner ID. I just want to make sure that they're on our team, because outsiders are not welcome here, because we put too much work into this to share it with like absolutely everyone. But if you're already a member, you can go log in. So I'll show you what it looks like on the backstage here. So once you're in here, you're going to have access, because otherwise, if somebody comes on the website and they would click on onboarding and social media, they would be told to log in. They can't access it. But once you're in here, here's just what is kind of happening. If somebody is brand new and they come here, they would just have to start with onboarding. And that's all they have to do. We're telling them for now to join the Freedom Factory group, text Monade so that they get on the text list, join the Telegram channel. I'll go over that as well, and follow our team's Instagram account, and then watch the welcome videos below. The first one is just like a little welcome from me, kind of explaining how excited I am for them and, you know, all these things. And this one is actually onboarding. I've made it a lot simpler than what's in the back office. And I don't want to knock anything that's in the back office, but my main thing with this whole process was, and I've talked to so many other leaders about it as well, is that people come in and they're so excited to get started, to start making money. And then we're like, oh, well, then go through the Market Partner Academy and then do all these things. And then it's all these checklists and talk about your why. They kill their excitement right there, because it's so much work right off the bat. And we don't want that. So this is so much simpler. And the whole key with this is to get them into action, like immediately, like the same day. Once they're done with the onboarding, we want them to schedule your launch before you do anything else. It explains how to do the launch with their sponsor. And down below here is also a video for those of you. This is like a launch party video that's generic that I have made. This is great for those of you who can't, for some reason, get your sponsor to come and do a party with you, or maybe you are too shy still to get even on a live. You can just play this video that explains all about Monade to your team members. And it's like a Meet Monade, but it's kind of more, I guess, interactive. So this is all here. And then the next step is for them to be like, to get into action right away. It's, you know, I do mention the Market Partner Academy there, but I may take this one away. I actually could use feedback about that one. And then just talking about reaching out to 5 people right off the game. Share the names who you reached out to with your sponsor, and that this is your first social media post. So this all is still a work in the progress, and before your kit arrives, just so that they know if they're on Facebook, they still can join the groups. where do they find the tools, how to put the picture on their website, things like that in little chunks, and then going into the daily mode of operation. So it's like a step by step by step. Right now, all these things were in the units in Freedom Factory, but there was still so much other stuff and noise there that I think it was a lot harder. But yeah, that's what all you would have to do with your new market partner is just tell them to start with the onboarding on this website. And as they move along, I'll show you some other resources here as well. There's social media basics. Sometimes people don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. So these things all apply to all the social media platforms. Even if Facebook goes away, they can apply these on LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever. There's Instagram trainings here, all the amazing links to the trainings from Joe Irigoyen. I didn't want to even record my own because hers were so good. And then there's also just basics like how to create the perfect bio, story ideas. Like if people follow this, like they cannot fail. That's the whole idea. It's like everything is here. Then there's also social media the right way, because social media platforms right now are starting to target people who are in MLMs or need network marketing companies. It's so important for us to use that traction marketing instead of putting our products out there or whatever. Like we have to do it in a subtle way. It's like you don't show the label, you don't show the company name, you attract people to you, and that's why they do business with you. So these couple videos here from Brian Fryer are amazing to watch because he's all about attraction marketing and doing it the way so that Facebook can't shut you down. There's also a content calendar. That's something I've wanted to do for a long time. So this is what it looks like. You can print these. I did 3 months for you guys. And you'll know exactly every day what to post. There's like no excuse that I don't know what to post. And you know, we always say that post 20% of your business and then 80% of everything else. This sort of helps you balance it all out so that you know that if you follow this formula, these posts in this order, then you'll know that it's all well balanced. I'm also going to do something fun for you. If you do post the content calendar in your stories, like if you just take a screenshot of it and say that, you know, I'm just planning out my month or whatever, however you want to put it. If you tag Freedom Factory Life and use the hashtag Freedom Factory and you tag 3 friends, you're going to go into a giveaway. I'm going to do something fun like that for you guys, so that, because it's another kind of a curiosity creating post. So I want to reward you for that. And it's all up here explained as well. So content calendar. Then the next thing, there's trainings about how to make graphics. I think that's one of the most asked questions is that, oh, how do I make those pretty stories? Or how do I make this? And how do I make that? It's all here. These are not my trainings, but I found them on YouTube and they're like so good. I couldn't say it better. So there's that. There's also a team calendar. I know that all the events are happening. All the events are in Freedom Factory events. I'm duplicating them here as well so that you would have something on the go and being able to pull it up and see right away what is happening. When you click on these little events here, you'll have Zoom links and everything populated already. Resources. So personal development. We always hear from people like, what books should I read or what should I do? These are the books that you should maybe start with. These are the podcasts that you should maybe be listening to while driving your car instead of listening to who knows what propaganda from your radio. So that's that. Monate Gear links for the different countries. We have scripts. There's a lot of really good scripts. I have compiled the best of the best scripts that I personally use from top Monate leaders that you can use. They're all in here. Literally, when they say this, you say that. When they say that, you say that. You cannot go wrong by just implementing all these. There's going to be also a section for productivity help, but that one is still in the works. Under resources, there's one more thing. I also put little buttons here for team Telegram chat, team Facebook group, content calendar, like stuff to be able to find and click quickly. And then one last thing is the file share. And this is where you guys can share your files as well. If you have anything that's really, really good, you know, you can talk to me or Renee first, and we'll kind of okay it, and but you can post it. So there's stuff about that says hair related. So there's like Monate usage instructions for you to hand out to your customers. There's a bunch of other things. All the clinical studies that I was able to find, I put them here as well, so that you don't have to go scrambling if you get the really geeky, if you get the really geeky prospect that wants to read them all. How to edit flagship. It's a little, just a little picture that you can send to your VIPs if they don't know how. A template for contact list, and then the content calendar is here as well. But this is something, when you have an account on this account, your free account, you can actually add things to the file share as well. So this is more of a collaborative thing. But that's what it is for now. Also, if you have people that are not on Facebook, but you need to show them a company video or something, you can literally send them under company overview here. It's right on the website. It's embedded. This video is on YouTube, but it's not going to take them to YouTube to watch it, because you know how sometimes on the sidebar you get like all these weird videos that you're like, oh God, I don't want to send my people to YouTube. This eliminates that. This is the new Meet Monate presentation right here on our website. Like, you can't go wrong with that either. Then just in case some random person ends up on this website, oh, I missed this, Washington, DC. It tells them a little bit about what we do, blah, 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 about the opportunity. And when they click learn more, they're going to end up in our Discover group on Facebook. And there's also like a contact form, and it also asks who referred you, so that we know, you know, if it was one of your prospects and where they're coming from. But this is kind of the new website in a nutshell. And I'm hoping that as we go, it's going to be like a huge comprehensive resource where things are easy to find, things make sense, there's a flow, and we don't have to rely on Facebook. If Facebook goes, okay, bye Zuckerberg, and we don't have to even worry about it, right? So there's that. Now the Telegram groups, if you are not on Telegram, let me see if I can actually share the Telegram. You can have a Telegram app on your phone, or you can also have it on your computer. I will show it to you on my computer if I can. I don't know if it's going to let me actually share the Telegram. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. So you can also have it on your computer. I love it on my computer because I can type way faster. But in here we have MMB runners, just like we have the chats that we have in Facebook Messenger. I'm also putting them here, and we'll still keep them going on Facebook, but we need to have like the backup. So MMB runners, MM runners, MMP runners. So these ones are whatever rank people are running for. If they are running for MMP, they're going to be in the MMP runners, and so forth. And then the general Freedom Factory, it's just like a broadcasting. You cannot comment here or anything like that, but you'll see the latest updates. So everything is in one place. So if there's a call coming up, you'll see it here, so you don't miss anything. And all the links are here as well. But yes, earlier, I believe Gail was asking if you need like a code to get in here. You don't need like a code or anything like that. You just have to follow the links. And I'll post them again in the chat groups after this call as well, so that you can join whichever chat is appropriate for you. And a ninja trick, which I've discovered actually yesterday, you can right click on any chat that you like, and you can actually pin them to the top. So, oops, oh my gosh. So you can actually pin them right to the top. You right click, and that way you don't get things kind of being pushed all the way down. So there's that. Okay, fun times. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
So with the Telegram right now, and like all of us kind of in our rank groups, and then also the Freedom Factory one, are you utilizing that right now, or is it like some of us have notifications turned off on certain things because it gets a little out of hand, right? And especially if people start posting whatever gifts and everything and all that, and they're all lovely and fun, but like sometimes, like, if I'm just curious what notifications we need to have turned on right now. Should we just be plugged in to Facebook, or just like, or is there anything that's going to be on Telegram that's not going on Facebook right now?
No, I mean, Telegram is sort of equivalent for to the Messenger. We'll keep things on the Messenger. I'll give you a little bit more information about that as the weekend goes by here, because there's a lot of things up in the air as well. But I'll post in the respective chats about what to do, because I've been talking to a few other ladies here as well, and we may be moving everything. Maybe we may be moving those chats completely to Telegram. It's just that people have to get used to going there, because that's what Mandy has done with her runners chat as well. And I feel like, you know what, it may be almost better to move it over, but I'll give the final kind of ideas about that. And then if people move over to Telegram, then they can turn off the notifications in the Facebook chats, so that they don't get double the information. Does it make sense? I don't know if it's me or if it's Felicia that is cutting out. Am I okay?
She is.
Yeah, I think it's her. I think you're fine. You're fine.
Okay, so let's move right on. So I just wanted to go over that because it's new, it's exciting, and I know it can feel confusing, but not to worry, you don't have to make any crazy changes right now. Move along with the Facebook, do what you've been doing, but just so you know that this is like an additional backup for us, so that we're not gonna be losing our minds when something blows up. And I have a really strong feeling that the things probably won't be the same with Facebook same time next year. So, okay, we're all back to Smart Start. Can you even believe it? Like Monate, I think, has done it once before. I mean, they did it another time as well when we had Jumpstart when I first started with the company, and the bonuses were nothing like this. Like, they were ridiculous. They were good, but they were nothing compared to what we have right now. So just as a recap, if you joined Monate before December, you're going to be in Smart Start from January 1st to the end of March. You have 3 full months to build blocks, unlimited. You can build more neighborhoods. You can only get one more neighborhood bonus though, so that you'll only get once, but you can keep building those blocks and earning that money. I'm not going to go over the actual numbers because we have people here from different countries, and it's going to get super confusing between like dollars and pounds and Canadian dollars. But you can, if you don't know what Smart Start is all about, you can just type in Smart Start in Freedom Factory, and you're going to get a training that pops up that goes over step by step by step. What is Smart Start? There's also a Smart Start training in your back office in the resource library. So look it over if you have no idea what this is. But basically, you will be getting a bonus each time you sign 4 VIP customers and 1 market partner with a product pack. Once you do that 3 times, you're going to get them on neighborhood. It's amazing. And obviously, our new people who are in Smart Start currently, their Smart Start will be extended up until the end of March. So if somebody joined in November and their Smart Start was supposed to be November, December, January, theirs is going to be extended by 2 months. So it's like almost half a year of Smart Start. What is going on? Like, I don't know how Monate can afford to be so generous, but it's so cool. So run with it. But let's talk a little bit about goal setting. It's the beginning of the year, and I know you've probably been inundated with, oh my gosh, you have to set goals and you have to make resolutions, and it's all that. And oftentimes I think we do it, and then we actually don't end up following the plan. We don't end up whatever, like, you know how it is. So I'm going to bring an example, and I hope it's going to be helpful for you. I will share my screen, and I'm going to actually be just typing in here as we go, because I want this to be super clear for you as far as the thought process behind even goal setting. So I want you to decide, where do you want to be by the end of December, as far as your rank goes and as far as your income goal goes. Because, and I'm going to show you something here. Let me see if I can share this. If you don't know what rank is equivalent to what dollar amount, so these numbers are very conservative today. It's from 2017, but I don't have another one like this with the current year. But this is very conservative. So because we know that senior executive directors make about 300,000 on average a month. But just pick a number from here and pick a rank where you would like to be at by the end of this year. What number would make a difference for you? What number would make your life easier? What number would, you know, and you can pick a number for the end of this year, which is like your yearly goal, but pick another number, which is like your freedom number, like the number where you know that your mortgages would be paid off, you could pay them off quickly, everything would be taken care of, your debts would be taken care of, you could do all these amazing things that you wanted to do, maybe charity wise, like what is that freedom number? And that could be like your 2 or 3 year goal. But pick that number. You can even screenshot this if it makes it easier, because I'll put another screen up after that. I think some people are still looking at this, so I will just leave it up for 2 seconds. So the whole idea is that you pick that number, and then we need to start reverse engineering. It's like, how do I get there step by step without the fail? So, and this is how you're going to do it. It's easier than you think, I promise. Okay, so let's say that you wanted to get to MM, which is 30,000 in volume for year end. And where did you end up last month? What was your December total volume? Let's say, I'm just going to bring us an example that somebody hit MMP, because a lot of people did. So you were MMP in December and you had 1,200 GV. So what needs to happen to get you from 1,200 GV all the way to 30,000 DV by the end of this year? I know it may seem like, oh, such a big step, and how am I going to do it? And it's not possible. And you're going to get all these thoughts in your head that are going to want to pull you back. So no, we're not going to let anything to pull you back. So what needs to happen? We have 12 months in a year. So when you divide your goal, so in this example, the MM 30,000, when you, you take the goal number, the 30,000, and you go minus whatever you made in December. So let's say 1,200 in this case. So you're going to end up with a number 28,800. So that's kind of the amount that you're short currently. And then you take that number. So let me just put it down. Minus 1,200. I'll just go do it as we go so that it's clear for you. So you are that much short in volume currently. So what needs to happen? You need to take that 28,000 and we're going to divide it by 12 months, because we have 12 months in a year. And what that ends up is 2,400. Does that make sense so far? So, and this 2,400 here is how much you need to grow every single month. So every single month you need to add that much to your volume. So that means that if you were at 1,200 last month, in January, you need to be 1,200 plus 2,400 in order to be on track for the MM by the end of the year. So in January, you need to produce 3,600. So does that make sense so far? Same thing. So in February, you need to add another 2,400 on top of that, which means that in February, you're going to be at 6,000. In March, you're going to be at 8,400. In April, you're going to be at 10,800. And it keeps going on and on and on. And that with that formula, you're going to end up at 30,000 by the end of the year. This is a super conservative breakdown. And, you know, once you get to 6,000 in February, you should be an MMB by that time anyway. You should be an MMB here, which means that you have people on your team who are working away at this hard. So you'll probably see that at one point it's like a little bit of a tipping point where these volumes start multiplying way faster than what I'm showing you here. but this is like the conservative kind of a formula for you to get there. And what I would love for you to do, whatever your goal is for the year, it doesn't have to be but I just wanted to bring that as an example. Grab your calendar, grab your yearly planner, and literally mark, after each whatever, where it says January, mark it down that you have to be at 3,600. In June, mark it down that you have to be at 15,600, and just have those, whatever they're called, like the goal posts or mile posts or whatever, like on a highway as you go, there's all these miles. I don't know if they do that anymore, where they have like the actual miles on a post, but I know in Estonia they
So
used
in
to.
theory, you take like is a 30,000 a year, and you just kind of break it down for the 12 months, and then you just keep doing that every month. It's kind of like, that makes sense.
You just build on it, because if somebody is an MMP right now, or in your case, Georgine, you had hit AMB, which, by the way, congratulations, that was amazing, well done. So it may just seem like such a long stretch, right? But as we break things down, it's not so bad. So you want to break it down month by month, and like do the work and actually have those numbers written down, because it really starts kind of making sense. This is like how I always try to work my business. I mean, I haven't gotten to my AED, but I got back to MMM last month, and it's by using these breakdowns. And so the monthly breakdown isn't even enough. So I want you to go back, once you're done all the months, go back to January. So you need 3,600 in volume in January. Where the heck is that gonna come from? In January, we have 31 days, but I always wanted to pretend like there's one day less, because the last day is always like all hell breaks loose. It's going to be nuts. People are scrambling for their goals last hour. It can get really, really crazy. So I wanted to pretend like January has 30 days. We're going to take 3,600, divide it by 30 days, and you'll find out that you need to make 120 GV per day. Is that ridiculous or what? Like all of a sudden this goal is doable. You need to sell like an oil and a root lifter every day somewhere on your team, not just yourself. So this isn't all of a sudden undoable, or it's not out of reach all of a sudden. You do it the same thing again in February. You break it down. And the key is to also help your team members to do the same breakdown, because if only you do it, and if only you work on it, then things don't work as well. But if everybody pulls their weight, everybody ends up winning, and everybody ends up contributing that volume. So your 120 a day may mean that, you and 3 team members each do 40 a day or something like that. Or
I did 97 just before we get on the call.
What's that?
I did 97 just before we got on the call.
You did? Yeah. Well done, Georgine. See, and you have started off your month so well. That's
well.
Perfect.
I'm trying to front fill this month. That last push, those last couple of days, it's like, why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep doing this?
Right. And that's the thing. It's like Tony always has drilled it into our brains, front load the month. So, if you want, you can play with these numbers, and you can break them down so that the numbers are higher in the beginning of the month and smaller at the end of the month per day. You don't have to do them equally like this, but always pretend like there's at least one day less in the month than you actually have. And try to have those loose ends tied up the day before. I am not even kidding you, because I've had way too many heart attacks over volumes and stuff in my life. It's been really crazy. But so hopefully that makes sense. Does anybody have sort of any questions about that part? And like once you have these volumes, all it comes down to you doing your DMO. Like figure out your daily mode of operation. What does it take for you to generate that 120 a day? Like how many people do you have to talk to in order to get one sale? For some of you, like an average in network marketing, just so you know, whenever you talk to 10 people, you'll end up enrolling 2 of them at some point, but it may not be immediately. That's why you need to be talking to people every day, so that those, sprouts, so to say, would be popping at some time. but it's not going to happen immediately. But usually it's 2 out of 10 that end up doing something. And I mean, some real big rock stars, they have a whole different closing ratio where they close 80% of the people they talk to. But that's what you can sort of expect. So see how many people you personally need to talk to with the techniques and methods that you have, that you need to enroll those people and bring in that volume. So yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Or does anybody want any help breaking down their goal? Or does somebody want to share what they're going for? Who has the guts to tell us? Put it out in the universe so that it's going to actually happen. Renee, okay.
Okay, I just did all your calculations. I'm going for AED this year. Okay, I'm just going to cry just saying that. So I just went through my planner, and at the top of every month, did the math. So in total DV, starting with where I'm at right now, I have to get to 120,000. So the calculation was I need to add about 6,000 a month to get there. So I just started just clicking through the calculator and just throwing it all down there. So there we're at.
Awesome. That is amazing. That is amazing. And now now you have more of a realistic picture, right?
Yeah.
What I find sometimes what happens is that people say that I want to get to this goal. Yes, I'm going for it. Or I wish, or I hope. But then I ask them, so what's your plan? Like, how are you going to get there? Like, do you have a plan to actually hit that number? And they don't. And we need to also have a backup plan, especially like at month-end times when you're waiting for people to get back to you or give you a yes or give you a no. And you're like hanging on to this little string that's about to snap. The time is going by. It's like half an hour before midnight, before the closing time, and you're still waiting for people to get back to you. You need to have some sort of a backup plan for those times. It's like, okay, if this person does not get back to me by this time, or if they say no or whatever, like, what am I gonna do to still hit the goal? Like, I thought Andrea, I don't know if she's on the line here, but Andrea and Dee, the way they were working it last month, Dee hit MMB, congratulations. Andrea hit AMM, and they called them safeguards. All month long, they said that, okay, if this doesn't happen, this is my safeguard. If this doesn't happen, this is my safeguard. So they knew exactly that no matter what, they'll hit the goal. But like if people fell off, or if they couldn't rely on them or whatever, they still had a plan. And I feel like it's so important. And I saw how they worked it, and it was incredible seeing those things popping and them hitting their goals like well before the closing time. So I don't know if they're on the line, if maybe they want to share a little bit of how they did it, because like that was like major hustle.
I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, I would too. I would really love to hear from them.
Dee's on the line. I don't see Andrea, but I think she might be with a client. But Dee is on the line. I saw her folding laundry a second ago. Just so you guys know, well, she's coming. I'm down at the addition that I'd have to get from
Oops,
50
hold on. What happened?
is just 200 a day. That's like, I need to personally add 2 oil sales a day.
How do you feel about that?
I've lost my,
That's easy.
hold on.
That's doable. That's
Right?
not like eating the whole elephant at once.
And that's for AED.
That's for AED.
What?
And Renee, is that personal, or is that like just your whole team needs to do that every
Team,
day?
right? My
Whole
whole
team.
team.
Yeah, because I've got down for MM this year. And so it's basically the math that Pila did. But I think like I worked out and it's like, 83 PV a day.
And I
Or
think
not PV, just volume, wherever it comes from in the whole downline, 83 a day, which is,
that's
it's
your annual goal, Felicia. That's for
That's
2021.
what I'm gonna say too.
Yeah,
I'm like, Felicia,
well, for
you are not
2021,
dreaming
yeah.
big enough.
We
You
need
are
to,
not dreaming big enough.
no, but I'm just saying like for MM this year, which I don't want it to go to December. Like I would like to get it by, like I want to have the car in my driveway by September. So I'd have to hit MM for August, July, and June. So hit MM June.
So MM is your 6-month goal.
yes.
Yes.
What's your yearly goal? Dream
Still
big, say
MM.
it out. I know that you're scared to say these things out. I know you too well, but say it. What do you want MMM by the end of the year?
I just want by the end of the year.
You're dreaming too little, too small.
Well, I know, but it's just MM's been my goal for like 3 years now. So it's like, something I'm doing isn't working. So I need to completely refocus and do my actual goal of in a completely different way than I've been doing it for not quite 3 years, but 2 years. I mean, obviously I want SED like at some point, but I'm saying like I'm just trying to be realistic with myself on the fact that I've been going for the same thing for 2 to 3 years. So I'm
Yes.
MMM Felicia, there we go.
You need to say it out loud or else I'm going to reach there and smack you.
But I feel like it's not about dreaming bigger. Like I want to get to the highest rank. I'm just saying, when I've been trying to go for something for 2 years and it's not working, I need to completely reevaluate my game plan. Like,
yeah,
like obviously my goal would be to get to and then directly my goal would be to get to MMM right after, right? Like it's because I would still be having the volumes coming in.
Yeah, for sure. So what for your MMM or for your see, it comes so naturally to me already.
I know.
Are you kind of back engineering from June to January?
No, that was just from December. So now I need to do it because it would be double. It would be 164.
So doable. Because how many
people?
people?
Yeah, well, an entire downline.
You have quite a few people on your team that are working it and everything. 160 should be totally doable.
I definitely should. Yes, hypothetically, it should be doable.
Absolutely. That's the thing. I sometimes find too that, after a really kind of a strenuous month end, we are sometimes so tired that we kind of slack off in the beginning of the next month. And then on the 15th, we kind of start like coming around. And then the next month ends up being just an absolute crapshoot because it doesn't have the momentum and it doesn't have the energy behind it. So I always say that, take that 1 day or 2 days, but then get back to the action and start doing things, because you want to carry that momentum. You don't want to be paid any a penny less than you did the previous month. That was amazing. So we have to kind of keep that momentum going. Because the month-end exhaustion, it can be a little bit crazy. I know a lot of you on the line here know what I'm talking about. Felicia. We just had a couple of heart attacks, but I know some of you others did too. Everything's good.
I'm not talking about it.
Yes.
Dee's gonna share some positive things with us.
He will share some positive things. Where is Dee? There she is.
On my birthday beauty, I haven't even brushed my teeth yet.
Gorgeous. You're glowing.
What am I doing?
I'm
so
MMB.
sorry. Yes.
Dee, tell us about MMB. How did you get to MMB?
I talk to people.
Oh, yeah. A concept.
I put myself out there, which I never like to do because it's just not easy for me, but I did it and it paid off tremendously.
I think the difference for you too is at the beginning of the month, you made a decision. That's literally the only thing that is the difference between before and after for you. You had all the skill, you had all the know-how, you had all the people, you had all the everything, and you literally just decided.
Even after I made that decision, though, I still drug my feet for a good week and a half, 2 weeks. And then I said, get up and get over yourself and do it.
Let's give people a bit of a perspective, because I know that not everybody knows where you were before. Like, what were your average monthly team volumes before December? And what was that? You were a managing market partner, right? MMP?
I had hit AMB, but that was,
okay.
And only a couple times over the last few years. That was about it. I wasn't even MMP every month.
Okay, so you were sort of in the beginning, but you had some volume. Like, do you, Renee, would know, like approximately, just to bring some perspective?
Dee's PV was mind blowing, and that's because she could talk product all day long. And what the shift for her that happened is that it never like crossed her mind. And actually, I shouldn't say that. It did cross her mind, But the difference is she was afraid to ask people to actually join the business. And I'll tell you why Dee was afraid to ask people to join the business, because she thought, well, great, then I sign somebody up and then what do I do with them? And that is why I have to just say, I know we're making some pretty serious changes right now. That is why Pele has done everything that she's done. And thank you, by the way, for us.
Yes, thank you so much.
I said, you don't have to do anything but plug them into the system. And then Pele completely simplified it. You guys saw that amazing website that she made that in a month for us by just literally chewing at it about 30 minutes to an hour a day through the month of December, with Christmas, in a pandemic, with, all of us to babysit all day long like she does. And she blows my mind. But once Dee and I spoke about these people that maybe want to actually join her, but if you don't ask, then you're not offering, right, what we have. Look, that she ran away. She's so cute. If you don't offer what we have as an opportunity, then you don't know that they need it. They don't even get the opportunity to say, oh, wait a second, maybe I do have some friends. So when she said, oh gosh, I'd like to do this, and we just did a Zoom, and she invited her friends, and this is the key, is that duplication, is that she just put Andrea or myself on the line and said, I don't know anything, they're going to talk. And then she herself, and we talked for her, just like I would do with Pele. And when I had my parties, and I'd be like, you talk. And then she would just talk. And I don't know, I'm new, I don't know anything. So just, we need to simplify and have that duplication. And just for doing that, I mean, Dee, look what you did. All you did was found the people and said, look, please come play with us. It's super fun. They said, yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I was floored. There's one Zoom, one ask, and I got 3 market partners.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's just
So amazing. And
not
you
even
at least
expected that to happen.
So cool. And you at least doubled your volumes over this last month.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
you were gonna stuck in one particular place for so long, like a few
Yeah,
years.
I want to say maybe 2,000 to 3,000 at best in my group volume
You
at best.
tripled your volume. So it's incredible what can happen with that mindset shift where you're like, okay, I'm actually doing it. And you don't just say it, you feel the next day you wake up, you feel the same way. The next day you feel the same way. Because we say so many things that we don't end up doing in all areas of life. I mean, I said I'll fold laundry 3 days ago. I still haven't done it. It's just how it is. But just staying committed to that decision, I think that's
the biggest.
that's what I hear.
And so I'm hoping to just keep the fire lit under my rear end and run from this day forward, not wait till the 15th, the 20th, the 25th, and be like, oh shoot, I should have, but I didn't. So, and it's still not going to be easy for me, but I'm going to keep pushing through because it's just obvious. I mean, what I did in the last month is mind blowing. So if you talk to people, it comes together.
Can you believe it?
Still blows my mind. Yeah, because I just looked right now. So my group volume last month, I think, was like 4, which I thought was phenomenal. It was 81 and change.
Oh, so you quadrupled
in December.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
See, that's what can happen. That's amazing. I think Gail has been wanting to say something. She keeps raising her hand.
Thank you, Dee, for coming on. Thank you so much. Because I just need someone to say, this is so possible. I know Renee and Pila and Georgine are like superstars, but I just need someone, to say,
it's possible. You can do this. If I can do it, my little introverted self that doesn't like to pop my head out of my turtle shell ever, unless you're super close to me. But yeah.
Oh, but I just, it's just.
Gail, you can do this. I'm at home with kids. You can do this.
By a semi truck, you guys.
You've had a horrible year.
I haven't. Well, I've really had a blessed year. I got it honest.
Sorry, you have, but you've had big
as far
things.
as my business goes, I literally have great plans. Many days, many days. I have great plans, and then it's like the phone rings and it's a FaceTime, and Trav's it doesn't even matter. I'm not going to go into all that. It doesn't even matter.
But it does matter because you matter and you're
I just
super.
need to hear someone say it can be done, because I've done it in other companies. I was at 67,000 in volume. I know it can be done. I know it can be done, but I just need to believe that it can actually, that I can actually, that I can actually do it.
You can.
You
And you know
can
what?
get
You can.
And
We did-
remember, Gail, when you first started with Monate, you hit MMB in what, 2-3 months? You hit the level that D just ranked up to. It's just that life has gotten on the way, and you've had some huge health issues within your family and everything that's derailed you a bit. But nobody says that you can't climb up. Sometimes those toughest setbacks are what we need to really blast forward. Somebody was talking about.
I knew Bill got on the last Zoom that had all the leaders on. He and I sat together in the family room and watched it together, and he was so excited. It's the first time he's watched anything with me like that. And Bill was the backbone of my other business. He was the backbone. He really was.
Yeah.
He really was.
So there you go. It can be done for any of you. You just need to make that decision and actually stick with it day in and day out. It's not easy. It's not mentally easy because,
Sorry.
we're just not built like that, but we can train ourselves. And because us as humans, we're so capable of so much. But it all starts with that belief that
Sometimes we think that we're in that little bubble where Gail's talking from, because her and I talk every day, of course, but sometimes we feel like we're the only one in that bubble. And it's hard for us to feel that everybody on here, everybody in the world has that, because you see so many people that are excelling and it looks like they make it easy, and it's just not. So it's really good that we can talk like this. I mean, I'm the same way, Gail, you know that. I just happened to think the other night, I'm like, well, geez, they got them booster kits. How stupid am I? I talked to my friend, she's a VIP. I said, if you didn't upgrade, you would just be absolutely crazy. Why would you not want to get your product for a better price? I said, and you've always got people asking you about your hair. She goes, but I don't want to sell anything. I said, you're not selling, you sell Color Street nails. You're sharing your nails. Why can't you just share the shampoo? She's like, oh my gosh, that's just stupid, isn't it? So that's why she upgraded. And then I had another one that she's been watching me for 2 years. She's a great VIP, and same thing. She just saw the value, and she does Norwex, I mean, she doesn't really do a lot with it, but you can do multiple things, but we all struggle for the same reason. I know we do.
yeah.
And Gail, people are struggling. It is a roller coaster. It is absolutely a roller coaster. And I mean, not that I'm the highest ranked person in the world, but like I know nothing about hair. I'm not a hairstylist. I'm literally selling shampoo from my house. Like I don't have any extra knowledge. And the times when I'm not producing is when I'm not reaching out to people. And it's the reality that I had to kick myself and say, like, how many people are you actually talking to? Like the other day, I did $650 in sales. It was about like 24 hours. And there was nothing special. I just flipping contacted people and I sent them carts saying, this is what it could cost you. And this is what it could cost you. And this is what it could cost you. With those grab bags, I just sent them carts and I said, hypothetically, what products would you want? And they were like, oh, shampoo, conditioner, root lifter, or blowout cream or whatever, because they don't know the terminology. So I just say shampoo and conditioner, whatever, we can switch out whatever one we want for them. But I'm like, do you use a hot tool? Yes. Okay, perfect. I'll just put a shampoo, conditioner, and a blowout cream. And then people saw the huge savings and they went for it. And it's like, just know that none of this is easy, and it's not easy every day. Like there's days where it comes a lot easier, but Gail, you can do this. I had like a full-on mental breakdown last year. Like I couldn't leave my house for 2 weeks. People think I'm this crazy outgoing, like funny person. I physically could not leave my house. I became an agoraphobe for I couldn't even open an email. Pila had to message people for me. I couldn't communicate with anyone other than my husband and my kids. I couldn't talk to my sisters. I couldn't do anything. I went on medications for 9 months, gained 20 pounds. I didn't even gain 20 pounds when I had my 2 kids. Like, I had a disaster of a year, the year before, mentally. And when you're mentally not there, you can't do your business. But this is the amazing thing. Here I was, whatever, 4 days ago, I hit my AMM rank. And because my team was absolutely amazing too. But the reality is network marketing does not go away in 5 minutes. Mon8 does not kick us out. So no matter what happened to you yesterday, or you yesterday, or you yesterday, or any of you yesterday, Mon8 still has market partner number 1234 sitting there. You're still with Mon8, no matter how hard things get. We're not getting kicked out. So just know that no matter how horrible things were yesterday, 10 days ago, 365 days ago, we have today, and we can move forward. And all it is just moving forward. It doesn't mean going on and reaching out and getting 10 new Facebook friends today. If for today, putting one foot in front of another is all you can do, and if all you can do is to reach out to someone you actually know, then do that. But do something that moves you forward, because if we're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. There is no standing still. Right? Like, if you're going up a hill and you stop your momentum, you're then going backwards. You're not just standing there on the hill tired. You literally are going backwards. So that's all it is one little step. Just move ahead one little step, and you have such an amazing community. It's okay to reach out and say, hey, is there 3 people that want to get on a Zoom call and have a glass of wine with me? It doesn't have to be, okay, we're setting goals. This is what we're doing. How much PV do you need today? It doesn't have to be that. Sometimes it's, hey, I just want to talk to my friend who lives in Montana. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes we just need to see that we're all human beings, that we're all not doing our hair and doing hair tutorials and with hair, like face and makeup and doing all of those things. I am not one of those Instagram influencers, and I never will be. So I have to do other things, and that's perfectly fine, because guess what? Most of the people who've been successful in network marketing until 2 years ago, none of them were Instagram influencers. Every single person that has succeeded in this industry, in all of the history, in all of the land, none of them were that. And I had to get that out of my head. I kept thinking, how do I ramp myself up to get on Instagram, to do this, to do that? It's like, no, that's not me. I need to do what I need to do to be. So I have to reach out to myself mentally and prepare that I need to go on Instagram more, but I'm not going to go on Instagram more being perfect and doing filters. I can't even get a flippin' filter to work half the time. Half the time I'm taking pictures in one room in my house because it's got the best lighting, because I can never get the filters to work the way I want them to. And guess what? I don't want a million people trying to buy from me because I'm trying to use a filter. I have no problem with people using filters, but other people's filters give me a mind block, because I think I need, like, I know they don't look like that. I mean, I teach my daughter to do Taekwondo and to be strong and to be independent, but yet I still get caught up in the Instagram, whatever sometimes, right? So no matter what you've done or didn't do, Gail, you absolutely can do this, and you will. I'm going to get off my soapbox now. Sorry, you guys.
Received. I receive it.
You're so amazing, Gail. Like, you're like the brightest shining light, and it's okay to not shine bright every single day. Like, I get it. And I know that it's super frustrating when people tell you you're a shining bright light, because I've been told that my whole life. And now I'm going to cry, because guess what? It's flipping exhausting. I had my freaking eye removed when I was awake. Like, do you know how much that sucked? And people say, oh, how did you get through it? Well, I didn't have any other choice. I'm sitting there literally in a hospital bed, and they're removing my eye, and I'm awake. And all I'm thinking is, I have my freaking shoes on. Like, they're removing an organ, and I'm laying here with my shoes on. And now I'm getting into an ugly cry, which is a whole nother thing. But you can do this, and it's okay to be exhausted. It is absolutely okay to be completely exhausted. Life is exhausting. We all have so many crazy things going on, and be exhausted in that moment and give yourself grace. Be mad, go cry, like whatever. You know what, you guys, one of my biggest pieces of advice I learned it in August. is have a rage song. Go find a stinking song that you can rage to, that you can cry, that you can be angry. I listen to that Sia, the Chandelier song. I can listen to it right now and be perfectly happy. But when I know I need to cry, I will go do that. And just show yourself some grace, because it is okay to be a light, but it is okay to be an exhausted light.
Thank you. Yeah.
You just got to smile a lot.
Thank you, Felicia. That hit home for me too. I appreciate you speaking up and getting on that soapbox.
Oh, you're welcome.
It touched me. Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening. Like, because we just need to get it all out sometimes. And we are all human beings. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. No one lives in a perfect life. Just some of us have some crazier things that have happened to us, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just believe in yourselves and stop comparing yourself to people who are out there looking all perfect. Like Felicia said, like, those people are actually not perfect. It's just an image that they put up on social media, and it's a full-time job for them to do that.
Yeah.
Like it's the behind the scenes doesn't look the same. And so let them do their thing, but you do what works for you. And if you don't know what works for you, you need to find it. Because what may work for me is not going to work for Renee. It's not going to work for Felicia, but maybe it's going to work for Manoa. Maybe it's going to just work for her. I don't know. She has to figure that out, right? It's just about, because we learn as we go and we earn as we learn. So we just need to be okay with that. It's a process. We can't learn everything and then just, on a Monday morning come and be like, okay, I'm not going to start the business now because now I know everything. It doesn't work that way. It's the entrepreneurial world is just, it can be really, really messy, and it's okay. That's what makes it fun,
I think I felt for a long time like I had to know everything had to be perfect, and I had to say the right thing. And then what if I get a person just like Dee, and what am I going to do with them?
Yeah.
I don't need to learn anymore. We all know what we're doing. You just talk to people. I love what I use, and you need to try this out. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Dee was such a great example, and I'm so glad that you spoke up today, because I thought you brought a lot of reality to the situation, that, you just have to make that decision that you actually want it. And the other thing, like Eric Worre always says, like, so if you don't do this, what is your alternative for creating residual income with a small startup cost and working at your own time, not working for somebody else? Like, what is your alternative? What's the other plan? There's no other plan. It doesn't exist. So, Kristen says something too. Hey, Kristen, by the way, I think you missed the beginning of the call, but it will be posted into Freedom Factory. Kristen says comparison happens when you spend too much time scrolling. Yes, social media is here as a tool. So if you find yourself comparing yourself to what others are doing, you may need to put down your phone. Oh my God. Yeah, 100%. Exactly. And we know that Kristen is actually somebody who does social media management for a whole bunch of other network marketers out there. So I'm sure that she's seen it all. She's seen the biggest scroll holes. All right. Well, thank you everybody for hopping on here. Oh my gosh, it's 11:11. That's a sign. That's a sign. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. Map out your year, map out your months. If you need to go back to the beginning of this call, I will post it in Freedom Factory right after this, so that people can watch and get themselves on track, because there's nothing holding us back in 2021 except ourselves. So we have to stop blaming the world. We have to stop blaming whatever the hell is going on out there. Yes, stuff is really weird and really crazy right now, but we don't have to be caught up in that. Network marketing industry as a whole grew so much last year. I haven't heard the official numbers, but I know that Monate grew 700% last year. Why do you think that is? It's because we have something special here. So let's take full advantage of it. Those of you who are running for MMPs and MMBs, or are in MMP and MMB runners groups, we're going to actually meet with you tomorrow. I don't have my calendar here, but I believe we're meeting with MMPs at 4 p.m. Pacific, MMBs at 5 p.m. Pacific. And I would love for you to bring your, like, whatever we talked about here today. I would love for you to come and share what your goals are for the year. And if you ran into any snags or anything like that, that you would like more advice on, we're going to make it like a work session and really plan things out for you. Anyway, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.